Hello, I'm Mr. Kissinger with the Citizenship Academy in Syracuse, New York. This is 5th grade math module 3, lesson 4. So today we're going to be adding fractions with sums between 1 and 2. So that means that we're going to have an improper fraction. We're going to have a fraction that has a larger or a greater numerator than denominator. And then we're going to work on turning those into mixed numbers, a number that has a whole number and a fraction in the number. So we'll take a look at that. We're going to continue to use the rectangular fraction model that we used in lesson 3. And if you look at letter A here, we have 2/3 plus 1/2. So we know, because what we were just talking about, that's going to have a sum that is greater than 1. We'll do our rectangles here. Try to draw them about the same size. In our first rectangle, we'll split into thirds. So 2 vertical lines. In our second rectangle, we'll split into halves. And then we'll shade 2/3 of our first rectangle. We're going to shade 1/2 of our second rectangle. All right. Now we need to cut our thirds in half. Put one line right down the middle. Make 2 pieces vertical. And we're going to make 3 pieces here horizontal with 2 vertical lines. Now we have 6 pieces in each rectangle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sixths here. We have 1, 2, 3 sixths. Our rectangle on the right. 4 sixths is the same as 2/3, and 3 sixths is the same as 1/2. Those fractions are equivalent. So we have 4 sixths plus 3 sixths. And we're going to get 4 plus 3 is 7 sixths. So this is what we were talking about. We're going to have a fraction where the top number, that numerator, is larger than the denominator, that bottom number. So what we're going to do is we're not going to leave it like that. We're not going to leave it like 6 or 7/6 or 7/6. We're going to take 1 whole out. 6 sixths we know is the same as 1 whole. So we could also express 7/6 as 6 sixths plus 1/6. 6 sixths is 1 whole, so we could just call that 1 and 1/6. So see how we pulled that 6 sixths out of that 7 sixths, and we're left with 1/6 left over and 1 whole. We'll try that again. So let's draw 2 rectangles here. 3/4 and 2/3. All right, so we have fourths. Here we have thirds. We have 3 of these fourths to fill in, so we'll shade those. And then 2 of these thirds to fill in. And we can already see if we added these shaded areas, we would have more than 1 whole rectangle. So it makes sense that we're going to have a improper fraction here when we add. We need to split these fourths into thirds, 2 horizontal lines, and then we need to split these thirds into fourths with 3 vertical lines. Now we have 12 pieces in each rectangle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 twelfths. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 twelfths. So we have 9/12 plus 8/12. Well, 9 plus 8 is 17. 17/12. Well, we need to pull out 12/12 to get one whole. So 12/12 is one whole, 1. And if we subtract 12/12 from 17/12, we'll have 17 minus 12, which is 5/12. So we have 1 and 5/12 as our mixed number. And again, those are just called mixed numbers because they have both a whole number and a fraction in the number, a mixture of both. Let's look at C. Draw rectangles. We should be getting really good at drawing rectangles at this point. Like that, they almost look the same. 1/2, put one line here in the middle. We have 1/2 of that rectangle shaded. And then horizontal lines, we need 4 of them because we're making this into fifths. All right, so we have 5 pieces here, and we're going to shade 3 of those fifths. We got 3/5, 1/2 plus 3/5. And we're going to split this into fifths. 1, 2, 3. Again, 4 lines to make fifths. It makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. And then our fifths in 1/2. 5 times 2 is 10. So we have 10 in our denominator. Again, 5 times 2 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2 is 10. We want to start to make that connection. And we have 5/10, which makes 1/2. And we have 6/10, which makes 3/5. And those fractions are equivalent. 5/10 plus 6/10 equals 11/10. Well, we have 11/10. We can take 10 from 11. We'll have 1/10 left over. We can split it into 10/10 and 1/10. 10/10 is a whole and 1/10 is a fraction. 1 whole and 1/10. And that is our mixed number. So we're going to continue with this, but we're going to use bigger numbers moving forward. So this is going to be important to remember. We have to make sure we find a common denominator. We're going to add our fractions together. And then we're going to change to a mixed number if we need to. Well, that's where we're going to stop for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day.